Welcome to Driveway DIY, where we bring the shop to you. On today's episode, we're going to show you how to clean your fuel injectors. First thing we want to do is pop the hood and open up the fuse box. What we're looking for is the fuel pump relay or fuse. You can look inside. This has a diagram of what all the fuses and relays do. Right there, F pump. It'll say F pump, fuel, or FP. We're gonna pull the fuel pump relay. Now when we put the key in the ignition and turn it to the run position, the fuel pump will not run, so we will not get fuel spraying out. Then we're gonna come over to the engine and we're gonna locate our fuel rail, and that is this guy right here. So fuel comes in here, there's a 2-bolt bung, and then each fuel rail. This is our fuel injector cleaning kit. It's got all kinds of different sizes of hoses and connectors. We've pulled the fuel pump relay. We're gonna go ahead and crank the engine over to make sure that any fuel that's left in the system gets burned up, and so this will be mostly empty. All right, that's all we need. Now we're gonna remove our fuel input fitting. You are going to spill some fuel, so it's a good idea to have a towel ready when you disconnect. Wiggle this out. There is an O-ring in there. There we go. Now we have our fuel fitting out. Now we can match up the fittings from the kit that match this style. All right, before we put this in, you never install any O-ring dry. It will tear it. So we're just gonna hit this with a little bit of lubricant. Rub that in with our fingers just to make sure it's fully covered. Push that guy in right there. Give it a little twist as it goes, a little wiggle. We've got it pushed in as far as we can by hand. We're gonna go ahead and thread in the nuts. So we're just gonna snug this up with the wrench. This is the regulator setup. So what we do is we connect this, we'll hang this from the hood. The fluid bottle will go here, and our air line from our air compressor will go here. We will adjust the pressure to match what the vehicle needs in terms of fuel pressure. Then this valve opens and closes to send the fluid from this tank into the fuel system. So I'm gonna leave that closed for now. So I'm gonna hang this up. You do want that to be above your engine. And then this is the connection line. Sometimes these are really tight. This one is pretty tight, but I can get it on. You wanna make sure that this is nice and snug. So here's our fuel injector cleaner. Pull the ring on the top, open it. We've got our tank and a little funnel. We're gonna go ahead and pour our cleaner in. We're just gonna pour all of this into the tank. Then take your full tank and install it to the pressure manifold. First thing I do is pull out the regulator, and I make sure that that is turned all the way down. Then we will turn the knob until it adds pressure. So this particular vehicle calls for 43 to 60 PSI. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this up to 50. Now I'm gonna have my assistant start the vehicle, and I'm going to open this valve. So now I'm going to have my assistant turn the vehicle on to the run position, but not start it yet. I'm going to open this valve. You'll see our fuel pressure has come up so that they match. Now the system is fully primed and ready to go. Now we're gonna go ahead and start the vehicle. We're gonna let it run until the tank is empty, at which point the engine will shut off. After about 10-15 minutes, we're about to, there it is, and then it died. We're gonna close this valve. We're going to turn the pressure all the way down. Now we'll disconnect the air. And then I'm gonna open this valve back up, and I'm gonna hit the purge button. Then we can disconnect this from the engine. Now we go ahead and disconnect our hose. Then we need to remove our adapter. I'm gonna go ahead and use a small pry tool just to gently pull this fitting out. And then give the fitting a little bit of a wiggle to pull it out. Take your original fuel line and reconnect it. Reinstall the original fasteners, and then tighten down the nuts. So we're gonna take our fuel pump relay and reinstall it. Don't forget your fuse box cover. That's all there is to cleaning your fuel injectors. Find all the parts you need to get the job done at ebaymotors.com.